What's going on, guys? Whatever you need, fire away.
Second row left, Lori.
Ooh.
Coach, you talked a couple times in these past couple weeks about moving away a little bit from making sure certain people get the ball and instead emphasizing what's available. What led you to that decision, and how's it worked out as you do your self-scouting so far?
I think Curtis is the one guy that I do try. We choose because he's our best playmaker, but it's defenses are pretty. We're facing some pretty good defenses. To start worrying about those type of things, that it just takes away from the flow of the game a little bit. So it's just, let's get first downs. We got a young team. Let's get better and just find a way to get first downs. So that's all I meant.
You have emphasized enjoying wins so much these past few days. It's made me wonder if that was a concern of yours with the team. Did you see them not enjoying?
No, I just think that, it happened at Florida too, and you get these high expectations, which we all have. That's why you are here, and I just want to make sure that, first of all, our players enjoy it. Second of all, I think our coaches need to enjoy wins too. We won a lot around here. So make sure we enjoy them, and if areas that you need to improve, make sure you improve. So that's all I meant by that.
Sure, Lori.
Sure, Tim.
I heard someone scouting Northwestern, and they made an interesting point about why Austin Carr is able to get the ball so much, is that he's a target on every play. He may not be the first read, but have you ever had a guy who is someone that you want to make sure is at least a possible target on every play?
Sure, we have one right now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Dave.
We ask a lot about the balance offensively as far as rushing and passing. You talked a lot about that. I'm curious about the balance between tempo. Sometimes you guys go up tempo, like early in the year, you guys really focused on that. And it seems like lately you guys have been going kind of more ball control. What's the balance you want as far as going up tempo compared to maybe controlling the clock a little bit?
Oh, two things. Game management is one thing. If we're getting certain defenses that we don't like and you get stuck in a bad play. So it's just throughout the course of the game, we can go to tempo anytime we want. And I want to say there's still a good chunk of plays we're doing at tempo throughout the course of a game.
All things being equal, would you prefer it being an up-tempo offense as opposed to maybe a ball control offense?
I want to have a good offense. Yeah.
Front row right, Austin.
Urban's already come up again once today with Curtis. Did you get this many questions about Percy and the way you used them 10 years ago?
I can't remember last week, so I don't know.
Do you get the impression that maybe that position is misunderstood the way?
No, Jerry was saying, he was giving me stats. He's already statistically better than Percy's had in any year, so I don't know. The fixation is I think he's having a hell of a year, so I don't mind it. Once again, if we didn't have him, then what else could we talk about? So, I'm not sure what the fixation is other than I love him. He's a great player and a great kid, and we're trying to give him the ball, and he gets 15, 14, whatever it is a game. So.
And if you gave him more, it has to come from somebody else, right? You're taking
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Front row right, Tim.
Or have more plays, right?
What's that?
Or I'm just trying to think logically. You have more plays then.
It goes back to the tempo, I guess.
Yeah.
That's your big plug. Urban, Big Ten announced today that they're going to play games on Friday night starting next year, primetime games. I'm just wondering you have son plays high school football. Just what is your reaction to that announcement?
I did not know. Jerry said something to me on the way in, and we got to try to find a way to beat Nebraska.
That's it?
That's it.
In that regard, Malik Hooker in the last several weeks, has he stepped up from the standpoint of being, I don't know, for want of another word, more of a hitter, more of a run enforcer kind of guy? What have you seen out of him in the last several weeks? Obviously, y'all asked him to step up and stop the jet sweep at Wisconsin. He did so, and he played very physical against Penn State.
Yeah, I think he's obviously a fine player, and they're using him in a variety of ways now, a little bit like we did. When you have a great player like Von Bell, he's a guy that can do a lot of things for you. Very good in coverage, and also, like you said, they rock and roll the safeties because he's such a good tackler. So he's doing everything we're asking, and I don't work with him as much, but I hear Coach Schiano, and I see what I see, like you guys do. Just a hell of a player.
And what am I saying? As you look back on going into last week, how much did playing those two primetime games on the road take out of your football team?
3.
As you kind of assess it now.
3.
Well, yeah. Well, 2 in a row, though, right?
Yeah.
Coach,
I just think for the long term, I think it's great. And I think the fact that you're in street fights, I think last week's game was come from 10 points down at Wisconsin. I don't know if I bet you can count on one hand in the history of that stadium how many teams have done that against that team. Very good team. So, I mean, it's all good. We got a tough schedule this year, and our guys had a very good practice today, and it's part of the game.
Second row left, we got a guest from Omaha. Steve, go ahead.
Hi, Coach.
Hi.
What are some of the benefits of Coach Beck's presence and knowledge, especially with Tommy Armstrong going back to the recruiting process, and how you can kind of plan for that?
Oh, I did. I asked him about Tommy. Obviously, he's an incredible player. And he has a little bit of, he's been gone a couple of years, I guess, so he knows a lot of the personnel. So obviously, schematically, zero. But personnel, he'll give you a little bit of insight on guys and nothing that you just can't see. After this, it's week 8. You can see it on videotape. So it was about a 4-minute conversation. I'll move on and let's do what we do. You bet.
Final questions, because there's a big game tonight. We want everybody to be able to get away. Oh, Bill, go ahead. I'm sorry.
are you going to watch? Are you going to watch that?
The Tribe? Wednesday night? Yeah, it'll be on.
That's not my question. This is your
One down.
This is your only prime-time home game. I know, coaches, a game is a game is a game, except for the last one. But how special will Saturday night be playing Nebraska, which is now kind of a Nebraska that the Big Ten hope to have?
Sure. It's Nebraska, tradition-rich program. I remember the first time I coached against them, I think it was our first year here. Was it our first or second year? First year, and you just see the white helmets in Nebraska. I grew up watching Coach Osborne, so Ohio State versus Nebraska, and obviously the whole country will be peeking in on that one because they're 2 top 10 teams, and we have a slew of recruits coming in, and it's going to be a busy weekend.
And in that game 4 years ago, that's the offensive performance you had over 63 points, I think it was, something like that. Do you feel like a breakout is coming?
I'm ready if you are. I mean, it's just unfortunately playing a very good defense. Thanks, guys.
Let me get one more with Ralph from the Associated Press, Coach. My bad.
Thanks, sir.
Please.
I'll be very
Sure.
fast. You brought Craig Schiano in here. Has he brought anything that you maybe didn't anticipate? In other words, you knew, I'm sure you hired him because you figured he'd be a good fit. What has he brought here, and was there anything more that you've gotten out of him that maybe you didn't anticipate?
Oh, that's a good question. I just have such respect for him, and what I think is great is the working relationship that him and Coach Fickle have. I knew it because that's how much respect I have for Luke, and then this guy comes in, and not just the football acumen, but the way they treat players, the way they are loyal to me, the way they're loyal to Ohio State. Those are unique guys, and there's zero issues. So I thought that would work out well. It's worked out probably a little even better than I thought. Thank you.
Thank you.